Microsoft and Sony are trading blows, and guess what? It doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. We've heard multiple rumors, multiple reports that Microsoft and Sony are both going to be out there trying to do their best to lock down even more content in the future. And this is going to be incredibly interesting to see how this kind of works out and exactly what Microsoft has in plan. Now we have a little bit of an idea about exactly what we can expect, and it sounds like kind of maybe what you would expect, that Microsoft is going after more studios and possibly even more publishers. Now, we've heard them say multiple times in the past that they would like more of a Japanese type of developer, publisher, something along those lines, and Microsoft has long been rumored to actually be a part of the talking of possibly getting a Sega or something along those lines. Now, we don't know what's going on there. We do know that Sega and Sammy kind of closed up their partnership or whatever. There is no more Sega arcades or whatever, but there is a lot to be said for exactly what's going on with Microsoft and their future ideas. Microsoft has a plan in mind. That plan revolves heavily around content, and more content, and they're going to need a ton of content if they're going to want to be able to compete and continue to do this plan that they're doing, which seems to be working well for them. Like, we don't really know exactly what's going on, but we do know that there is some interesting things afoot, and it's exciting to kind of talk about that. And I know everybody's kind of talking about this right now, which makes it even more exciting if you think about it. So I would definitely love to kind of reiterate what's going on, and some of you guys might not be in the know, so that's why it's just a good job to kind of talk about this stuff. Hey there, everybody. I'm the Crap Gamer, and of course this is Crap Gamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice some changes around here, but hopefully that doesn't stop you from giving us a like, and possibly maybe even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It means the world to me. I know you guys are all busy with family and friends and work and school, whatever the case may be. Just know that I'm humbled by your kind words. And a shout out to some people that have been messaging me lately on Xbox Live. I had a good conversation with somebody yesterday, and they got it, right? They get the channel, which is, yes, I embellish and I love to kind of have fun with the titles like I always have of my videos. But let's just be honest, I'm out there trying to get people to view my stuff, and, everybody's covering the same things, right? So I got to be entertaining, I got to be fun, but I'm not really taking a crap on anything, right? I like Xbox, I like PlayStation, I have both. I play both. Both are great in their own way. You'll notice that even though my titles might be one thing, clearly that's kind of the joke. I'm not really taking a big dump on anything. I'm always honest and try to give my honest gaming opinions when it comes to this stuff. So thank you guys for understanding, and I really appreciate the new people that have kind of pointed this out and appreciate the content, daily content. So leave us a like if you do enjoy the content. Now, again, we are going into an unprecedented time when Microsoft and Sony are both trying their best to go out there and just deliver content. Now, what the interesting thing about this is there's so much going on, and a lot of people don't understand that. They think that just because, Microsoft per se maybe isn't allowed to buy a Japanese company, which is kind of true, but not exactly true. Microsoft could buy a Japanese company, but it really just kind of comes down to, some little tricks of the trade and things like that. Could they go in and buy a company that doesn't want to be bought? No. Could they buy like a Sony? Probably not. But could they buy like a Capcom or something? Yeah, I don't see, that doesn't look, I'm looking it up. It doesn't really look like there's much of a problem in terms of what's there. So I do think that they would be able to do that. Now, there's a heavy rumor that Microsoft might be interested in getting a Capcom or even the Sega type of situation. So Sony and Microsoft have both made some big moves at the start of 2022, with PlayStation getting Bungie, of course, and we've been talking about that nonstop, and Xbox buying Call of Duty makers Activision Blizzard. And with more deals rumored to be in the works, fans have felt they've been a little bit wondering how much it would cost and what the deal is with something like a Sega, Capcom, Konami, or Square Enix, which are heavily things that Sony's tied to, which is exactly why Microsoft is tied to them, because guess what? it does look like Microsoft is interested in expanding there. They need different genres. Listen, they want Game Pass to be good everywhere. But listen, you might go, well, they don't have an in the Japanese market because they don't really like Xbox, which is true, right? Even though they're selling more series consoles than they did Xbox Ones in Japan. But streaming and stuff is big over there where it's not here. So if you had Japanese games, you could appeal and still get people to maybe sign up for Game Pass. So the year has gotten off to an incredible start. There's no doubt about that. I've been very honest and upfront about that. We all know about the jaw-dropping $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We also know that Sony got, they got Bungie. What a amazing thing that is, right? It's crazy. While future Bethesda games are going to be Xbox exclusive, it looks like future Call of Duties and Activision games are going to be Xbox exclusives. Now with Bungie, those are going to continue to be, games that everybody's going to be able to play, whether you're on Xbox, whether you're on PlayStation. Heck, they even mentioned, the funny part to me was that they even mentioned Stadia with that, and there's only like 4,000 or 5,000 players on Stadia. So yeah, I found that to be very interesting. And I do think that a lot of people kind of don't understand exactly what's going on in the future with this kind of stuff. So I do want to kind of hit a little bit on this because, like I said, it's heavily rumored that Microsoft's next purchase would be a Japanese developer / possibly publisher. Now, the interesting thing is everybody knows that Microsoft and Square, or Sony and Square, have a good partnership, right? That's why a lot of those games are exclusive to PlayStation. But Microsoft has a good relationship with Square as well. And the reason why I say that is quite simple. Look at Square allowing use of Crystal Dynamics from Microsoft, right? And possibility of Microsoft buying that studio at some point. They're helping to make Perfect Dark. Now, the interesting thing about this is we keep seeing all of these interesting things come about, and everybody kind of talking about this, and just really, really interesting to hear how everybody sort of kind of reacts to these type of things. But right now, it's going to be kind of a back and forth. In the aftermath of all these deals, Sony Interactive announced that we're going to expect more from them when it comes to PlayStation as well. And given the spend and spree that Microsoft has been on for years, it wouldn't surprise anybody to see Phil Spencer announce more deals because they've said they've got more deals coming too. So there is that. Fans have been wondering whether iconic firms such as Sega, Capcom, Square Enix, or Konami could be acquired or would be acquired. And market caps kind of go like this, with Konami at $7.8 billion, Ubisoft $6.3, Square at $6.2, Capcom $5.3 billion, and Sega at $4.1 billion. So yes, you could get in there and get those type of deals. And the one that are heavily rumored at this particular point, according to this, are Sega and possibly even a Capcom situation, which Capcom just got a $1 billion investment from a Saudi Arabia company, which is only 5%, so a minority stake right there. But again, you see that these companies really, and that's what's puzzling about what Sony did with spending so much on Bungie, is the fact that, us as fans can sit there and go, man, this is crazy that everything is kind of going on. But at the same time, we can sit there and go, well, Sony paid almost $4 billion for one company with one IP when they could have went out there and bought, a huge publisher with a lot of IP. I mean, why wouldn't they go after something like, a Capcom, right? Like Capcom would be one that they could go after because Capcom, let's just be real, is a company that has some huge IP that Sony could definitely use in the future. And so I think that's where we're at with this. Like, it's very interesting and very kind of fun to see how people kind of look at this kind of stuff, right? Like, hey, what's going on? What's happening with all of this stuff? Will this change in the future? What's going to happen with Microsoft and Sony and these type of companies? You know what? Yes, Microsoft can get a Japanese company. I never said it would be easy, but you can look it up and it's 100% doable. So yeah, that should be kind of laid out there, that a lot of people don't think that it can happen, but It definitely can happen, and that's the other thing that people don't understand. Hopefully, you guys start to understand where I'm coming from this. There's plenty of information out there that can help you understand that yes, they can in fact do this, and Microsoft wants that for just the reason that I explained. What do you guys think? I'm going to link this stuff in the description. You guys can check it out. Let me know. Have a great day. If you enjoy the content, rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.